The next section is the section about what we do and who we are. We see that this has two similar sections. Each of them has a figure, a title, a paragraph, and a button. We can also see that this has a responsive grid. So initially, everything is stacked on top of each other. When we reach the tablet size here, it changes to a 2-column grid. And when we reach the desktop size here, we can see that the text content and figure turns into its own 2-column grid inside the already existing 2-column grid. So notice here we have a 2-column grid, and now we have a 2-column grid inside a larger 2-column grid. Let's go ahead and create this. After our notification, we create the wrapper for the grid. So we add a div tag with the class columns. Inside this we'll add our 2 main columns. So we use a div tag with the class column. We'll add one more here with the class column. Now inside this we want to add one more grid. So we add a div tag with the class columns, and since we only want this to behave or change on desktop, we also add the class isDesktop. If we didn't add this class, it would change into a column for tablet size. We'll copy this and paste it in here as well. Wait one moment. We'll create a column inside, like so, and create one more column inside, like so. Now we can copy this inside here. Okay, now let's put in the content. In this first column we have a figure, so we use the figure tag with the class image to make it responsive, and then we add the class is 1:1, so this will maintain its aspect ratio. Inside the figure element we can add the image, the source being img/800x800.png. This is the picture out here. Now in the column down here we add the class content, so we have some basic styling of the content that we want to produce now. First we have an h2 heading element with the class title and the text what we do. And then we have a paragraph, and I'll just paste in some text here. And finally we have a button, so we add the button tag with the type button and the class button, and then also the class is primary to give it primary color. The button will get the text read more. Now we'll copy this content to the other column down here. So first our figure, and then for this column we'll add the content class as well, and then paste in the rest and change this text to who we are. Okay, let's save this and take a look in the browser. Select the right tab and refresh. So initially we can see that everything is stacked on top of each other. When we reach the tablet size here, we see that the first grid changes into a 2-column grid, and when we reach the desktop size here, we can see that the other smaller grids change into a 2-column grid. You can see that this is fully responsive, including the images.